Well, it's been close to a year since America's entire media class, united as one, over the weekend, in fact, took time off from doing whatever creepy things they do in the weekend to come together to destroy a few high schoolers from Covington Catholic High School in Kentucky, just on principle. Didn't like the way they looked, didn't like the cut of their jib. Now, tonight, there's renewed hope that those high schoolers could finally get justice for what they went through. This week, a federal judge partially reopened high schooler Nick Sandmann's $250 million lawsuit against the Washington Post, a former newspaper, now a purveyor of filthy and dishonest stories. The ruling will allow Sandmann to obtain documents from the Post, which would almost certainly expose concrete wrongdoing by the newspaper, owned by Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world. Todd McMurtry is an attorney. He represents Nick Sandmann, and he joins us tonight. Todd, thanks so much for coming on. So what does this ruling mean in practical terms?
Tucker, what the ruling means is that we do get to proceed with discovery, although we had to overcome some hurdles initially with the court dismissing our first complaint. The judge did allow us to introduce additional evidence, including some video evidence and some additional allegations against Nathan Phillips, and now we can proceed. While we're not proceeding with the full complaint that we initially filed, right, we are proceeding with a substantial
discovery.
complaint.
So there are things you want to learn from the Washington Post. What are you looking to learn?
In litigation like this, what we will do first off is we will ask the Washington Post to produce its emails, its text messages, its internal messaging, which I think they use something called Slack notes, and we will that are related to Nicholas Sandmann, and then we will review that and figure out what the Washington Post was thinking when they republished the false factual narrative.
No, but you're not allowed to know that. Wait, now hold on. You're not allowed to know that because journalism, but they get to destroy the life of high school kids. But you can't find out why they did it. You know that, right?
Well, I think that Judge Bertelsman in Kentucky is going to allow us to inquire into what they did. So I am very hopeful that we will be able to turn the tables on that equation.
So this is a paper that is owned personally by the richest man in the world, Jeff Bezos. This is his form of lobbying here in the nation's capital, really. $250 million. Why doesn't he settle with the students whose lives he so clearly hurt?
Tucker, we have not really sought or any opportunity to settle with the Washington Post. What we intend to do is to pursue the cases against the Washington Post, CNN, and NBC to see which of these cases is the strongest, and we will take some, if not all of the cases, to trial ultimately. Now, the truth is, though, that attorneys do get to points where they settle in their client's best interest, but we're not there yet.
And last question quickly. If you find out this information about why the Post tried to destroy the lives of these kids, you're going to make it public, I assume.
Yes, that type of information is not confidential. It would be made public in court filings and, in motion practice that would proceed with this case. So we are basically going to pull back the blinds and see what's behind there. And I expect we'll get a very good look at the thought process of the Washington Post and the others as we proceed in discovery.
Man, I'm rooting for you. It's disgusting what they did. Characteristically disgusting, but still over the top. Todd, thanks so much for coming on tonight. I appreciate it.
Great. Thank you.
We're out of time, sadly. Could go on and on and on. But the good news is we'll be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m., the show that is the sworn enemy of lying, pomposity, smugness, and groupthink. DVR it if you have an advanced degree in electrical engineering or whatever. Good night from Washington. Sean Hannity takes the reins right now from New York City.
All right, Tucker, one swamp to the other. Welcome to Hannity. Today is day 35 of the Democrats' secret Soviet-style impeachment coup attempt. Although it's really been their goal, think about it, from the day that we, the people, elected